This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Main event is weird, to say the least. As a reminder, it was promoted as Ric Flair versus Lex Luger in a cage match. Now it's Lex Luger versus Barry Windham in a cage match. Now, normally when you have a cage match, it's because there's been a lot of interference. This is now going to be the blow off. It's going to be the big crowning moment. We're finished with this. We're going to settle some scores. But these guys don't hate each other. They're just both the number one contenders. But we promised a cage match, so we still have to deliver it. So we do. But you know that Barry Windham's not winning the goddamn thing when he comes to the ring and they spell his name Windam on the graphic. There's no H in Windham. Either way, tough situation. The crowd is all over you guys chanting, "We want Flair." And unfortunately, Luger and Windham still have to go have a match, and it's not the best. Meltzer would say Windham worked as a babyface and Luger as a heel, but nobody picked up on it. Windham did some hot stuff, especially when one considers his size. Lots of near falls and good moves. The finish saw Harley Race and Mr. Hughes come to the ring. Windham was distracted by Hughes, and Race told Luger to do it. Luger gave Windham a pile driver and pinned him, and after the match, Luger left with Race and Hughes. Although nobody knew it, Luger did turn heel. I think Windham turned face, but even I'm not sure about that. 3 stars. They tried their best to make the best of a bad situation. We're putting Mr. Hughes and Harley Race. We're trying to smarten up everybody that, hey, those are bad guys and you know it. So don't cheer for Lex. But I don't know, man. In hindsight, if Rick really was leaving, was there another opportunity, or is it going to be damned no matter what if Rick's not there?
Oh, I think you're going to be damned no matter what if Rick's not there.
Yeah.
Especially the way it was handled. Yeah, it was so awkward, so unnecessary. Comes back strictly, and I know it may sound old school, but guess what? That's me. Common sense doesn't have an age.
Yeah.
Common sense doesn't have a demo. And the little details were overlooked. Everybody worked covering their ass. It was just horrible. And like I said, I was suffering that whole show. So my memory of this show is foggy, to say the least. I was reluctant to take any pain medicine, but boy, I loaded up on it when I got to the hospital. They saw I was in bad shape. And I missed my only TV I ever missed over illness or something was the next day. I couldn't work.
Right.
You know, and a lot of guys listening have had kidney stones know what I'm getting at. It's miserable. So I didn't give a shit about the this is the first time I can recall doing a pay-per-view that I truly wanted the son of a bitch to get over with. I was in so much pain. I was hurting. The show sucked. We could hear it. Nobody would tell us that this is not what they wanted to see. We get it.
Right.
But you just got to do your best. And it's hard you got to just go find that passion somewhere and recreate it to the best of your ability. So it doesn't sound like you're shilling too bad and do your work. That's kind of the only option we had.
This is not nearly the big crowning moment that a lot of people wanted it to be for Lex Luger or Barry Windham. This has got to be, I think you used to say on the air, oh, this is like kissing your sister. That's got to be what this is, right? I mean, you always dream of, hopefully, being world champion one day. Then you finally get the opportunity. It's just a fucking mess.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good way of putting it. It was just sad that the company had degenerated to that. And if you had astute people above Mr. Hurd that actually gave a shit about pro wrestling, then these issues would have been, as I suggested earlier, you saw the biggest problem you got now. And if you got to reduce cost, find it somewhere else, not in Ric Flair. It's my take on that deal. Pay him what he needs, keep him happy, and let him do his magic about helping get somebody else over. Look, Rick was doing a great job of getting Sting over until Sting got hurt. But a lot of things happened out of many of our control, but it still was very disheartening to see the company, the infrastructure be so tentative and to have bullshit finishes and cold booking and all for no reason. Just no reason whatsoever. But for those that watched it, God bless you. Because it was hard for Tony not to watch, I can promise you.
Let my family save your family some cash. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket, but we will save you money. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how much. SaveWithConrad.com. So let's get to the world title match. Before we do, I guess we should remind everybody, Flair has the big gold belt. Flair had to put up a deposit when he won the world title, which was $25,000. He never got that deposit back. So he kept the belt. And as the famous story goes, to prove to Vince that no, this time is different. I'm really coming this time. I'm not going to say I'm coming and then not come, because I think Flair had done that at least 2 other times. Flair overnights Vince McMahon the big gold belt. So they know for sure he's really coming now. But now that we have to sort of let the show go on here in WCW, we'd no longer have a world title. So they order a new one from Reggie Parks. Most people refer to it as the Ron Simmons belt or the Vader belt. That's the one that is synonymous with this era of WCW, but it's not yet finished because, by God, he just left 2 weeks ago. They haven't made it yet. So what do they do instead? They take an old Florida Championship Wrestling territory belt that Dusty had, and they sort of gimmick it up with another plate on top that says World Champion, and they try to shoot around it and not show it. In different photo ops and stuff, they would even not show the belt, but you could sort of see that there was one there. They would use a tag belt. I mean, we don't think about that very often, but this has never happened before. We've never needed a backup belt. What do you mean we don't have the belt, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, again, another embarrassment. Not paying attention to the details.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.